UFC 251. Usman hands Jorge Masvidal the beat. Dominates him for pretty much the entire fight. Walks away with the victory. So the question is, does that make him the double champ? Does he deserve to be listed and ranked amongst those people with 2 championship belts? Now, I say that jokingly, obviously, because of Jorge Masvidal's BMF belt. But I say it lightheartedly. I'm not even really a fan of interim belts, to be honest with you. I'm much more old school in that regard, that in my mind, there's really only one champion in every division. There should be one belt, one champion, that's it. I hate that about boxing, that there's all those different sanctioning bodies and all those belts. I believe it completely watered down the sport. It's all about marketing and all kinds of other stuff. It's all part of the money grab, which really isn't about the purity of the sport. It's actually the complete opposite of it. I'm the type of guy that just likes the one belt. But Usman, he earned his victory 100%. Now, a lot of people are complaining that it wasn't very entertaining. They said that he could have done a lot more. He wasn't really busy. He made it a dull fight, a boring fight, stuff like that. A lot of that same criticism that he was receiving coming into this one. I don't feel that way about it. He did exactly what he had to do to win the fight. He did exactly what he could do most easily to win the fight. Everybody knew coming in that Usman was the more decorated, accomplished wrestler. I made a video talking about it. I thought that Jorge Masvidal, his technique and his skill when it came to his counter wrestling was definitely underrated and better than a lot of people thought it was going to be, and that he was going to be able to come in, neutralize a lot of what Usman brought to the table as far as wrestling was concerned, and get his shots off. Obviously, it didn't play out that way. Usman was able to come in there and get that clinch. He was able to get those takedowns. That being said, I still think that Masvidal showed a very good account of himself, particularly when it came to being able to defend the wrestling. It certainly wasn't enough to get the job done, but I think that he showed a lot of what he does have in that regard, which is better than what people thought. I also think that cutting all that weight in that short amount of time ate into his gas tank. He looked to get tired. Early on, I think that he knew that he was not going to have the full 5 rounds worth of cardio, particularly against a man who's known for great endurance in Usman. So he blew it all out early. If you looked, he was going really hard, really fast, shooting a lot of those shots off in the first round. And it didn't work out for him. All the praise to Usman. He got that victory. Old Kamaru Usman came out with it, right? Dominated the fight from start to finish, did exactly what he wanted to do, never put himself in a bad spot, and came out. So you look at his last 3 fights, think about this for a minute. Woodley, Colby Covington, Jorge Masvidal. That's an impressive 3-fight run. And he won every one of those fights convincingly. Colby had the most success. There's not many people who are complaining about it. Obviously, Colby Covington's the one who's running his mouth the most about it, saying that it was 2 things that were bogus. One was when he got the stoppage, when he didn't think it was a low blow, but Usman said it was. And then he thought it was an early stoppage at the end of the fight when he was on the ground getting pounded on. I don't agree with either one of those things. The fight was over at the end. It was done with. That was a good stoppage. That low blow meant absolutely nothing. Doesn't even matter. He's just trying to raise some controversy to make more hype around the rematch. But I think there's going to be a hype enough around it anyways. Usman stuck his flag in the ground. He said, "I'm here." Fended off another challenger to his crown at 170. And he looks strong. He's big. He's strong for the division. He's highly skilled when it comes to his wrestling and his background. He's continuing to improve on his striking. Even in this fight, you could see that his striking was not at the level of Masvidal. Didn't matter. He still found a way to get the victory. And he gets to go back for more training and another training camp to improve upon his striking, which in theory should make him even more difficult for the next man to take out. Now, we have to believe that next man's going to be Gilbert Burns. Who knows? Only time will tell. But in the meantime, it's still Usman with the belt. Masvidal brought all the headlines in. He's a great fighter. Love what he brought to the table. Brought a lot more eyeballs, but Usman came away with the victory. It'd be great to see what's up for him next. Congratulations to the man. Loved what he did there. Loved how he just came in and was able to implement and do what he does and earn that W.